Hey everyone, welcome to iOSGenius on the YouTube channel. Well, today I'm going to go through the items of iOS 11 beta, pre-beta, or first beta, and the 10 things I do not like on iOS 11. We can go ahead and start this video in just a moment as I do a screen sharing, and I'm running this on my iPad Pro 9.7-inch screen with LTE service of 32 gigs of storage. All right, let me go to my screen mirroring, select my 5K, and it should appear. There we go. All right, so the first thing is I do not like the closing of the apps. Normally you press the home button and you're ready to swipe up. But in this case, you're not swiping up. You're scrolling left and right. And if you wanted to get rid of it, you would have to touch your finger on it and say, I want to get rid of that. And you would have to hit that each and every time. You would have to hit that each and every time. I understand they're trying to make it like Expose in Mac, where you can shrink everything and then you can see all your other desktops and then select it and go back to that specific desktop. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're trying to make the more simplicity of a different way that you can go back and edit it. So that's one of the things that I don't like. The other thing is there's an option called offload the apps off your iPad. So if you go into your settings, and then from your settings, you want to select on General, and then you want to select on iPad storage. Once you select there, as you can see, I have 32 gigs used. I have 16 gigs that it's available, and out of the 32, 16 is available. And then you have an option here where it says offload unused apps. To offload unused apps when low on storage, your documents and data will be saved, but that means your app actually closed, gets gone, and gets deleted. Some of the apps on my device, for the year, it will stay there for a year, and I don't use them. Sometimes I do. It's very rare, but I like to have it available. That's if you enable this option, those apps will be deleted automatically. If you don't have it enabled, then they don't get deleted and your device stays the same. I would enable this for kids because kids tend to download hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games. So as my daughter has an iPad Pro, which is 512 gigabytes, that she puts everything on there. It's not organized. You gotta swipe through like 20 pages just to get to the app that you wanted to get to, or do the spotlight and search it. So I would see that that's enabled for kids. Now the other thing is under settings, there's a thing called news. News does have an option now at the bottom where it says strict stories in for you. So now you can restrict the search and stories. So if search and stories are topics that you like to see all the time, you enable that. You see only what you want to see. Other stuff you don't want to see gets blocked. Great, wonderful. But what if something's new, up and coming, or whatever, or current is going on? You're not going to see that. You won't know that until someone else tells you. So I kind of don't like that. I'd rather see everything than not see nothing at all. So that's the other thing. The other thing is if you go into your settings, you can select on home. Now you have use iPad as a home hub. Basically means that your iPad Pro or your iPhone or whatever device you have is going to, well, probably it's not going to be your iPhone because it's primarily going to be an iPad. This device has to be, as it states here, the very last sentence, iPad must remain in the home to be continually powered on of these features. So basically it has to be plugged in, 24/7 plugged in and on. So basically it's going through the same process. What they're copying is Harmony makes really good remotes, and they made this remote that is a tablet. And guess how this works? So there's a Harmony companion for a very good example. You're using the Harmony remote, which could be this, or it could be a tablet itself, and then it syncs to this device. Here's the Harmony hub on the right side. That's technically your Apple TV. So that's how you're having it sync to each other. So like if I close this, we go back to this app, and it says using an Apple TV 4th generation or an iPad as a home hub allows automation. Now, if you want to do your TV, you need an Apple TV. If you don't have an Apple TV and you want to do your lights, then you just need your iPad. Yeah, the only thing I'm kind of concerned is that the iPad has to be on all the time. Yeah, that's not going to work for me. All right, the next thing is that under your settings, you have your TV provider, but I know this is not an iOS 11 thing, but this is more of a thing that my channel is not here. I don't see Xfinity, I don't see Time Warner, I don't see Comcast, I don't see RCN. Sorry, Apple, I can't really use your services because I'm going to have to keep continuing using my Apple TV, Apple YouTube TV channel. That's what I use now. Until Apple gets these companies involved, then I'll jump into it. That'd be totally awesome. All right, so then the next thing I would like to talk about, on the main screen, there's this file folder, the blue file folder. I use my iPad Pro daily, all the time, more than I use my computer. These are my files, these are my documents in here. According to the keynote, they says that in your locations of browsing, you can go through your other cloud services. I don't have that option. I cannot enable that. I can edit this. It does not give me an option to turn on Dropbox or Google Cloud or so forth. So I do have other cloud services on here, which is here's my Dropbox and my Google Drive. They are registered. They do have items in the account, but they do not appear in the file folder. Hopefully they enable that option so that I can easily, seamlessly go from one cloud storage to another cloud storage by drag and dropping. Then it'll be consisting more of a computer process. So that's great. So in regards of that, so now in settings, they've gone ahead and removed the services for Facebook, for Twitter, for Vimeo. It's not here anymore. It used to be right here next to TV provider. So now I guess Apple got rid of them altogether and just wanted to have a solely Apple device that is just Apple itself. That is just Apple itself. And that's cool and all that, but you know, I like to have my Facebook. Now I have to download the app, configure it, and so forth, and go from there. The other thing I do come across on the issue is when you do the screen recording, as I did earlier, there is no audio. So there is no audio. So if you go into your photos, go here. Here's screen recording. Let's hit play. There's nothing. There, volume is maxed out, as you can see on the screen. You know, I can pull out here. There's the brightness. There's the volume. There's nothing. So it does screen recording, but it does not record audio. Hopefully that would be fixed, or hopefully that is in the intention to fix that, because that would be very useful. So then I have to rely on my 5K Mac or my MacBook Pro to always do the recording. And then finally, out of all that stuff is pretty much what it covers of the 10 things I do not like on iOS 11. Please put in your comments down below if you found any other items or so forth you would like me to go ahead and test and figure it out. Be greatly appreciated. Select the like button so I do know that you do like these videos, and so I can go ahead and continue to make more. And also feel free to select subscribe so you can get any of the more additional updated videos that are going on my channel of Apple to iOSGenius on the YouTube channel. Have a great day.